want to carry through. First off, I have to say, there were some great speeches last night. I mean, just purely from, look, the convention has three audiences, right? It's the people at the convention. And by that, I mean the Democratic apparatchiks, the people who have to go back into the country, rally the troops, get the ground game going. The people at home, which is smaller and larger depending on the time of the convention and how much access people have on the cable networks and on the broadcast networks. There are subsets of people. And then third is the media, which is going to interpret everything that happens after this point, just like they do with everything, through this filter. This will change after the debates and whatnot, but from now until the debates, essentially, this is how they will filter most of that stuff, maybe for the next couple of weeks. It seems to me, if you had asked me 2 days ago, were the Republicans excited during their convention? I would have said, yeah. I mean, they seemed sort of excited. After watching the Democratic convention, I think that everyone in attendance in the Republican convention was clinically depressed. I mean, I think they all should go see a therapist right now, or just, I hope as one of their sort of like grab bags when they leave, like Lexapro was in each one of them. Because those people at the Republican convention were depressed. Now, at the Democratic convention, they were incredibly excited. On top of that, I would say that there was production things. I mean, I'll talk some of this about with Cliff, sort of the broader things. But last night, the speeches were very good. I mean, I wasn't necessarily thrilled with the substance of all of them. I thought Deval Patrick's speech was pretty hard-hitting. There's a lot of things that he's doing in terms of unions that I'm not terribly happy with in education. Lilly Ledbetter, though, she was fantastic. We're not even talking about Lilly Ledbetter because there were so many other good speeches, but just Lilly Ledbetter herself would have been enough for a night. Strickland was devastating to Romney. You go and look up any of the major Ohio newspapers right now. Ted Strickland's got incredible headlines just slamming Romney. Julian Castro, I thought his speech was good. It was delivered great. And the best thing that he said was, when he picked out my favorite Mitt Romney line, was, take a risk, go out, ask your parents for $20,000 to start a business. And he said, gee, why didn't I think of that? And Michelle Obama's speech was fantastic. And what was her name? Lynn, the woman who was talking about her child and the Affordable Care Act. I thought Rahm Emanuel was a waste of time.
Stacey Lynn.
Rahm Emanuel was a total waste of time. The guy has no constituency that's excited to hear from him. There's no constituency that believes in him. And he was also a horrible speaker. It looked even worse relative to those other speakers. So with that said, like David Gergen on CNN said, I have to say, if the Democrats have 2 more nights like this, I think the election's over. Just a ridiculous statement and astonishing, but that's how well they did. They did so well that Ari Fleischer, the only thing he could complain about was the only thing he could say was well, look, conventions don't matter. Sort of raising the question of why are you there? Oh, because they're paying you money. Why are there 15,000 journalists there? So to the extent that conventions matter, last night was a home run from the Democrats from a horse race perspective. From my perspective, everything that I just mentioned with Matt Taibbi, which was frustrating, not to see them make this about our economy and the structural problems in our economy. And even Julian Castro, there was too much of the bootstrapping. There was too much of Julian Castro basically was making an argument, look where I am, look where Mitt Romney is. Mitt Romney doesn't appreciate the advantages he had to get where he was. But I would also argue that Julian Castro did not spend enough time talking about luck. Because clearly he and his brother, gifted guys. Incredibly hardworking, very talented, very charismatic. They were lucky enough to have a mother and a grandmother who were also talented and charismatic, and they both, it sounds to me like their mother and their grandmother went through a tremendous amount of suffering and worked themselves through it. But to say that they weren't lucky in far as the genetic benefits that they had, the talent they had, the charisma that they had, they weren't lucky in who they had as a mother and as a grandmother, even if they didn't have material luck. To say that, to not acknowledge that other people just maybe don't have the skills that they have. And just look, if everybody was as lucky as those two guys, they would not be mayor, and they would not be running for Congress, because surely there are some other Mexican Americans whose grandmother also crossed the border, whose mother also worked those hours. They just didn't get they weren't at the right place at the right time. They didn't get the same little difference in their chromosomes. Who knows what it is? And you must acknowledge that, because it is the bedrock of arguing that other people should have the opportunity that you had.